issue. Oh, go ahead, RK, do you think?
I was just going to say, Kimberly, slight pushback. There are people who will say, and for good reason, that the twice as good requirements is unfair and shouldn't be imposed on them.
Sure, I would say that it's unfair, but
that's because you're liberal.
Right.
Conservatives would not say that.
Right.
Conservatives would say you need to be more than twice as good because you and your people are behind in the progress and march of modern civilization and cultures.
Yeah, I'm talking about they've embraced an anything goes that is new.
I would argue there's a strain of Black conservatism, not a strain, excuse me. I would argue one of the major strands of Black conservatism is not only to critique, Hurricane's on the phone, this is for him, but I'll say it. Get it in here.
I can hear it. So.
Oh, you're back. Fascinating. I would say Hurricane, anybody else who's interested, if you're not interested, I apologize. I would say that there is a credo, or not credo, requirement, but an embrace of it. Because it pushes the race along faster. I think Black conservatives actually generally embrace that Black people need to be twice as good. Because when they're twice as good, that allows them to catch up. So if we're in a race, not pun intended, you're in a race, and the guy in lane 5 is 50 meters ahead of you, and you're running at the same speed as person 5, you're never going to catch up. But if you're running double speed, you'll catch up and run quick. They actually like the twice as good principle.
Yeah.
And they like the twice as good principle, not out of animus traditionally, not out of animus for the Negro, but as a way to make up for the history and the legacy of enslavement.
For sure. I mean, I was always taught that you have a responsibility to your people to be the best that you can be, to do the best work, to get the best grades, to be the most punctual, even though I always felt that that is how we show our care for our community. And that's that comes from the people.
Or offer nuances, people like to say. This is how I understand it. I think they understand, like other conservatives, they understand society effectively as a marketplace. And this is where people who do a very thin and oftentimes impoverished reading of respectability politics, or what they call respectability politics, get it wrong. It's not that the people generally who come out of the ideology believe that if you do these things, white people or the dominant class will recognize them and reward you out of a kind of paternalistic largesse or charity or paternalism. It's not that. It's in fact in this marketplace, in sort of societal interaction, much like markets, you being twice as good, you'll get the benefit regardless of what they do. That's the move many people forget. It's not like, oh, if you do this thing, these people over here are going to recognize you. Oh my God, you dress well, you're punctual. Here's your cookie and some milk before I was giving you half a glass of water. No, what they actually believe is the kind of this. They understand it's a kind of marketplace. Society's a kind of marketplace, and if you put in more, you'll get out more. You get out what you put in. Stephen A. Smith on that commercial, he used to have that, which he no longer has, because he no longer has commercials like that because he makes so much money on ESPN. Does that make sense, Kimberly Foster?
Yeah.
Like like when you said punctual, it's not you need to be on time to impress white people.
No.
Or the dominant culture. It's you're on time and you perform a certain set of behaviors and present yourself a particular way that much like as a kind of market relation, you're going to reap more from your investment because you're investing more, regardless of what the white people do.
Oh, I hate the white proximity thing. How has that taken hold so deeply?
What did I miss? You guys are talking now about punctuality or something?
Sort of. Yeah, it was just like the set of behaviors that people see as mangle it. Oh, they're trying to be like white people, or white people are going to reward them for respectability. And actually what it is, and the most mature and thoughtful Black conservative thought, is they understand it as a kind of sort of a market dynamic. If you invest more, you'll get out more regardless of what comes from, regardless of what the dominant culture says or does. So if you had a better product, just by sheer market dynamics, that product is going to perform better. So if your whiskey actually tasted good,
shut the fuck up.
Your uncle would sell it, doesn't matter how near or far he is.
Not too much.
Good whiskey.
Well, maybe, but not always.
No. The hurricane, you keep doing the same. You're a liberal. I'm telling you.
Election, you right answer and nothing changes.
Oh, I see.
You keep
You're telling me
right,
they're
now you right down to quote. You know what, liberal? Shut the fuck up before the Army better start with 65-day deployment now. You, Chicago GOP, shut the fuck up.
Because for them, this respectability politics actually has nothing to do with white people. That's why it's such a
Lose the election, you right now stop and nothing changes. You keep lying, now you right don't deploy. You know what, liberal?
No. They understand it as like a market dynamic. They believe that you have a better product. You're better at work. This is all linking up to the twice as good. If you are twice as good, you bring more value. I'm using these market metaphors because I think they're useful. That you bring more value to whatever entity you're involved in, and you'll get more out of it. Regardless of what happens. This is why Black conservatives will point to like random businessmen in the height of Jim Crow or the 1880s and say, see, if you just see how this person did. And a lot of them are doing that in good faith. Some of them are doing it in bad faith. But a lot of them are doing that in good faith because that's what animates them. But at the very least, they believe that if you strive that way, you begin to close the gap between you and the runner in lane 5, to use another metaphor. Now, so it's I can say the difference between, and some of that, see, what's fascinating, because Kimberly, I was thinking, we were talking about the other day, it's fascinating because a lot of these people are still alive, and they find themselves, because of partisan politics, for the most part, as like, if they're still public, like Glenn Lowry found himself having to defend Trump, or he was partially trolling too. But like they find some Trumpism and sort of MAGA ideology does not align with modern or traditional Black conservatism at all.
At all.
And it doesn't align culturally, socially, economically. It just doesn't align at all, in my mind. Through disagreement if they want, but it doesn't align at all. But MAGA Black conservatives, they got the power. They're the mad now. They have sons and daughters, actual sons and daughters, but also intellectual legatees. And so, like, Claude Steele's son is a MAGA. Or you get a Thomas Chatterton Williams. I'm trying to understand in part, how to understand someone like a Thomas Chatterton Williams. And they all want to do what Shelby Steele did in the 90s. They just can't do it. Anyway. We can talk about the boy if people want. I can play this video.
Because that stuff comes with responsibility. And I think that if there is anything that hopefully we can respect about the old school carrying weight or duty, the way, I'm sorry, this has turned into misandry, but they weren't running away from duty the way that so many of the young black are. There is a way in which it's going to be incendiary, but so many of these young, they're in crisis because they don't have direction. There's no purpose outside. Like the fish stinks from the head, or the fish rots from the head. I'm so bad at these. I'm such a Miss Malaprop. But they mirror the posture of Trump and those, decadent, indolent Trumpers at the top. But we can't do that. We can't afford to do that. So,
that's right. That's right. One thing that they have, I think, one rhetorical advantage they have over black liberals, which Kimberly Foster and I have been talking about a lot on the app, at least. Maybe a real big time, really something. That's not white lesbians, so we talk about black folks, is the cultural angle. I don't know when black people are going, black liberals, leftists, academics are going to realize it, but you cannot give the cultural discussion to the right, or what we're calling the right, or black conservatives. You cannot. And they have. And they will be increasingly more appealing to regular people. This is a very, very new phenomenon. And it is, and we all know where it comes from. Anybody can respond if they, anybody can speak if they want. The stage is open, people with the tape. You cannot not talk about these things. I'm sorry, you just cannot. They're going to win every time, or appeal to people every time. In a world without Jim Crow, the way people live Jim Crow, in a world without lynching, in the way people had to live with lynching, without appeal to people, because liberals and leftists are afraid to talk about culture. And Kimberly Foster, this is one of the areas where, again, they align with the nationalists. Black nationalists. Some black nationalists, not all. They talk about culture all the time.
May I ask, this is probably a remedial question, but I just thought about it.
Let me crash, not remedial.
Yeah, I mean, you can crash if you want. I'm working.
I remember the last time you said the word remedial and people crashed. That was so insane. But keep going.
I mean, some things are remedial.
I know. I know something about it.
Okay, so tell me, and then Kimberly can weigh in. Culture. Why do they run away?
Very, very good question. It's because they have been indoctrinated to think that even to come close to that stove is to get burnt with the taint of being a white supremacist. Burnt with the taint. These metaphors are insane. What the fuck am I saying? Burnt with the taint, that stove. To even approach talking about culture is to smell white supremacist. So to even come close to it, and you know where it comes from, I'll let Kimberly Foster name it.
we all know that I blame Black Studies.
You can keep going. There's more to name.
Not too much on Black Studies.
I mean, look, I'm the biggest fan of give money and whatever. But yeah, I think that it's Black studies and that white proximity stuff. That it's almost like being desirous of white proximity gets like thrown out like it's a slur, like oh, it's whiteness, and so we're at a point where that sounds like my granny. We're at a point where doing things decent and in order is desiring to be approximate with whiteness. Like that's not.
It's insane.
I don't associate that with whiteness at all. White people are not. In fact, in my community of origin, in my upbringing, we associated whiteness with slovenly, out of order, poorly dressed, kids running up, down, around. They had to put their kids on leashes because they didn't know how to act. They didn't know how to comport themselves in the workplace. They wore flip-flops in the winter. Church was boring because they didn't have no program. That is the cultural script about whiteness that was dominant for me. And so I am always taken aback when people say that not wanting people to wear jeans to church is white supremacy. Anyways, we don't have to do that. I'm just saying, it's just, it's a different thing. And I'm not sure where people I do know where people pick that up, but I do think we need to let that go. Because it strikes me now as anti-Black, because it emboldens people to punch down on the old Black people who are still living, but also their ancestors. People who experience violence that we can never imagine. People use that proximity to whiteness and white supremacy stuff on them. Yeah. Anyways, that's my...
I mean, you gave some specifics. I'm sorry, I'll extract it again to keep it at a normative level, more of a normative level, or an abstracted level at the very least. Because they don't want to trigger people when people start coming up. It's just all the time. People think that they have the capacity to talk about these things in a rigorous and responsible way, and instead they're not only mangling ideas, they're ruining the very thing that they think they're supposed to be espousing without knowing it. That's the problem. And so it's become to the point where you can't talk about it at all. You just can't talk about it at all. Someone wants a study on the importance of a parent being in the home. What the fuck? It's insane.
Okay, so it's not. I'm
what's
sorry.
going on?
I'm sorry. I didn't. You took a pause.
No, it's okay. Do you think?
So when I say Black studies, I think you're right. It is about the misappropriation of deeply considered, thoughtful work. People pouring their entire lives into combing through archives and stuff, and people just fuck it up. But I think in the last 15 years, the academics have tried to be too cool.
Of course.
And so there is y'all are fucking up ideas that you don't understand part of it, but then there's also the academics want to be all up in the Kool-Aid, they want to be all up in the videos, and maybe that's not the best place for them to be.
No. Well, it's not. It's not only that. You know what it is too. Well,
6S for this, so I have to update to like an iPhone.
Or like they have more black women managers now, like per capita, proportionally speaking, than would ever be represented by the population. And so I think it's fair to point out that although I agree that there needs to be a proactive solution to righting the wrongs of the past, no question about it. If it's right about how far it needs to go, I mean that's what I'll say about that. So I think we need to celebrate where we've come as a result of the last 10 or 15 years. Is that it potentially has gone too far and it needs to pull back a little bit because these are not black and white issues.
Mike,
No pun intended. These are scales so gray.
well, just it strikes me how much your characterization of the book White Fragility is pointing out the context by which this author tries to push the black-white conversation into this whatever she means by white fragility. You have a visceral dislike, right? You see it as almost specifically targeting some kind of white durability, like a positive imaging of what it means to be white in the modern age. I just find it interesting that, she has you within her ballpark. You're playing her game.
I'm playing her game, but her characterization of how psychologically dangerous I am and how I fail to recognize it just because my skin is white.
Too fragile.
It doesn't resonate as real. Yeah, it just doesn't. I'm not fragile. I just want to call out how unrealistic it seems to be.
Let me put it this way, because she has denizens, people following through on this ideology. Within that reasoning, they predicted that you would turn against them and towards the whiteness to feel secure because of, as they will explain, your fragility. I think you're right about the whole gaslighting.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But this is why it's insidious, is because it's unfalsifiable, right? So what they say is the discomfort that Mike is feeling. See, that's a sign of how much work there's left for him to be doing. Mike, you know what you need to do? You need to lean into that discomfort. The more you hate this and dislike it, wow, you're just revealing how racist you are.
Exactly.
And so it's a fucking scam.
It's like trolling me. It's trolling me. It's trolling me and then saying, "See, I told you so." When I react,
and it's all paths lead to the same conclusion. That's why it's unfalsifiable. If you say you're not racist, well, there you go. That's just denial. So the only path is most of that.
I read White Fragility when it was a new book back in the day, and I thought it was hilarious because I didn't buy into any of it. I thought it was ridiculous.
It is kind of
Basically, the book makes her out to just be a racist.
What is that political science thing? My cousin can.
Hold on, typically you're being streamed by John Kitover.
Oh, I don't.
Do you need to do your thing so you can report it again?
Yeah, if I could just get a link to it, but
Sure. I got you. 1 second.
there's a shift happening. I was just talking to somebody. The woke times at the, what do we call them, the Mag 7 companies, they're over. The woke people, we don't have as much cool as we used to. I'll just leave it there.
It's because you guys went a little too far with it, if you know what I mean. I'm not gonna go into detail. Good morning, Kimberly.
Hi.
Brother Maga, I got a phone call and I missed what you said. What did you say when I got a call? If you don't mind repeating it really quickly.
I forgot.
Well, can we talk about why Black conservatives take conservatism from my end?
Well, I was gonna say about the I'm gonna talk about the intellectuals and then we'll go to the Black conservatives. Okay. I think one of my strengths is I've always been really comfortable with hierarchy. And most people it disturbs them. It unsettles them. The idea that you have to order things. That sometimes there is an order. Sometimes there is a top. You're the top, you're the Coliseum. And sometimes, we won't say the bottom, but there are people who are below. Okay. In expertise, in knowledge, in style, in pizzazz, in charisma, in talent. You know, right? So many different vectors, right? And I think that the way that the Black academics are so unwilling to sit with the idea, like the possibility that some things are better us in order to perform being down or perform being accessible, I do think it has harmed us. And I think that you can embrace or understand hierarchy without being malicious, punitive, nasty, a bitch, an asshole, unkind.
Working it up. I see.
But you're just in tune with reality. And that disconnect, that intentional running away, which does read as false, it's not good. You know, I'm a person, I'm not an academic, I say this. And so I don't think that people who are serious scholars should be doing what I do. I'm going to be honest with you. And it's not even about being AP USA or whatever, that she's a political scientist. If you got to go to the political science conference next week, you don't need to be doing what I do. I'm sorry. I have no job. I don't have any responsibilities. Nobody can take away my paycheck. I also don't have a doctorate. Like, we do different stuff, and I just think everybody wants to do everything, and the academics just need to embrace, like, you chose a different path, and that is okay.
Yeah. So, are you saying, Kimberly, can you break that down in layman's terms for the 097 people in the room, if there's any others that are present with me here?
I am saying I respect the work and the role of the Black scholars so much that I wish that they would understand that they can do critical work for Black people without pretending like they're normies.
She told y'all.
And that's a big part of why I had a big problem with Danielle Allen debating Curtis Yarvin. I have a big problem. Well, I don't even know what Miami doing. I don't know. That's something else. He got something else going on. But
they're doing the work, Kimberly. It's important for our Black folks in academia, what I like to call the intellectuals on the app, to be having conversations with certain people, even those with the likes that are me.
Well, I was going to say I don't think it's important, but it has nothing to do with you. I'm going to
Right, no, I know that. I'm saying overall, right, because there is a commitment for Lamont Hills to be on Joe Budden saying, yo, we don't give a fuck about what is happening. Is it gonna? I don't know what's happening over there because, I straddle the fence here. I don't know what's happening with whatever court case, but it's actually very important for our people, for our Black academics to be in those spaces.
I'm saying that, okay, wait a second. Marco Hill is like a separate thing because he is actually charismatic and he's attractive and whatever. But what's it like? 1% of Black people have PhDs or something. Doctorates, actually, I should say. Doctorate, PhD, EDD. It's like 1 or 2%. Something so small, okay? And of those people, most of them are not equipped. Like, most of them are not. When you're saying, oh, we need them to be in conversation with the degenerates, do we? The way that we have seen the Genesis Sloan, you've been saying by name in here, crash and cause people, I'm like, I respect it and I get it, because if people were disrespecting my life's work, I would be crashing and cussing too. But think about the energy that a brilliant Black geneticist, physician, scholar, the time that they're wasting crashing and cussing when that could be used on further developing new knowledge.
Well, so the thing is that what's happening is you name the percentage of people who have their doctorates that are Black folks, right? What's happening is that unfortunately, the degenerates have much more influence in our culture. And so that is spearheading people into falling under conservatism politically where they don't belong. That is spearheading people voting against their best interest, having certain things. If people have the capacity to sit and curse and shoot the shit and maybe take a shot and partake in intellectual conversation with the degenerates, I believe that will assist in pushing the culture in the correct direction that we need to be going.
Okay, Makeup, how long is this app has been a thing? It's been open for 4 years, 3 years. We've consistently seen people who know what they're talking about. It happened today. It won't, Doc's hurricane, but he knows what he's talking about with regard to employment law. People going back and forth with hurricane.
Yeah,
about labor and employment protections. People don't care. They don't care about expertise. They don't value it. They don't respect it. And as somebody who does really, I have a deep appreciation. I don't like to see people who are very clearly better equipped be so casually disrespected. I don't like that. And like the proximity makes it the norm. But that's my own thing.
On that, just a quick question for you, Grand Rising to the space as well. Do you feel like Black, I guess in this convoluted using the word scholars, should not speak to people like that? Like, for example, Mark Lamont Hill being on the Joe Budden podcast. Do you feel that the danger is in him legitimizing those people as his peers when it comes to thinking?
Mark Lamont Hill is one of one. He's a hard one.
Well, sorry, you don't have to use him as an example. Just generally, like.
But I know what you're saying. It's just like he's just such a special case. But yes, I do. One of the reasons why I don't believe that we should be willy-nilly just jumping on any. Not we. But I don't believe that they should. Well, I personally have the ethic of as a person who has a massive following and respected by people I respect, I do not jump on anybody's platform willy-nilly because I don't ever want people to think that I think we're peers.
These horrible words if they say men can't get pregnant, and now white people can't defend themselves. Otherwise, they're damn racist. Yeah, this is an embarrassing time in human history, and hopefully it will not be forgotten 20, 30, 50, 100 years from now. There needs
nah, you know what? I'm gonna blame it on fatherless homes.
There have been some cases.
Do you guys remember? I think one of my favorite.
Wait, hold on. Ro was speaking. Hold on. Hold on. Ro was speaking. Hold on.
Thanks so much. There have been some studies that have been done over the last number of years, especially as there's been a greater emphasis of ensuring that women have been promoted into positions with the senior management, and there is substantial empirical evidence that the more that women have been introduced into senior roles over the years, the more profitable become. I know this from reading that I've done, and also speaking to some people on the executive boards of very large companies. So there's an argument to be able to say that AI has been effective in some.
Trade. A very simple message. We just want to be able to live affordably. Everybody can get on board with that. So that's what Democrats should be focusing on, is how he's campaigning, how he's doing social media, how he is also getting out there and meeting with groups that wouldn't necessarily naturally support him. He's doing the work. And that's what Democrats should be doing anyway, not just keeping it in their little bubble, but going outside of their bubble, talking to everybody and creating a generic message of affordability. That's what I think. And people, the idea that, these billionaires will leave New York or whatever, they say this all the time. They said it when de Blasio, and they called him a communist and everything was fine. It was overblown. So that's my message. I'm done speaking.
Well,
so I'm heading my own way.
I understand about his rapid experience, but I think I like him. I trust him. I like his integrity. There's something about him that I trust, and especially at this point in time with what we've gone through and what we're going through, that matters to me when somebody has integrity and when somebody has humility. I care about that. I believe him in terms of what his concerns are. I think he cares about human beings and about all human beings. I believe that about him. Yeah, I'll give you that he doesn't have the experience, but who he is as a human being, I trust that about him. And I think that counts for something.
All right, so I done heard a couple people talk about why they like him. I still ain't heard the people who don't like him. Why you don't like him?
So he's just like a complete socialist. He has very, very, very radical ideas. And then also this idea of him having high integrity seems a bit silly to me. I mean, there's reporting that he checked himself as African American when he applied to college. His whole defund the police stance is pretty ridiculous. Some of his plans are
that is ridiculous.
His rent plans are crazy. Some of his rent ideas, some of the taxes he wants to impose. So there's a lot of insanity there.
I just don't think he can do a lot of it. The rent thing is not abnormal. De Blasio did it 3 times. So, shit didn't blow up. I just think there's a lot of things that he just won't be able to get done. That's why I say don't focus on for policies and everything. But I just wish, first of all, Cuomo wasn't a, sexual abuser, and I wish he had more spunk. But this is where we are. I'm going to miss Eric Adams' social media. It's going to be the sad part of it. But again, Lombardi's going to win unless 2 of the people named Sliwa and Adams
only one. Only Adams needs to drop out. Again, we'll just suppress Sliwa's vote. Sliwa's vote will just get suppressed at the end of it.
Well, here's what I think, for what it's worth. I am not a super fan of Mamdani, right? I did rank him. He wasn't number 1 or number 2 for me, right? But I think that's really the best choice that we have between him and Cuomo, right? He's not what I would have chosen first, but I think that, and I'm not a fan of DSA at all because,
they're terrible.
I understand the inner workings of DSA, and you know what, CEO, there's not as radical as you think. They're really not. The funny part is they're not that radical
But
people. They're just say they are, but they're not. That's the funny shit. They're in bed with real estate developers. They already had a talking to with Mondani, and he will be supporting Israel in some capacity. Whether he says it or not, outwardly, he will be on that train because, they don't play out here, right? So they already sat his ass down and had a talking to him. So the radical shit, it's not going to happen. Trust me.
I think the other part of it, if you are a Democrat not in New York, is that if Mondani wins, he's going to shift how the midterms play out. And I think
everyone's not in New York, so people need to stop panicking. The world is, America is not New York, right? So as far as the shift and all that stuff, I think people need to, stop panicking and stuff because the rest of the world is not gonna go for those liberal views, right?
Because New York never sets trends for the rest of the country?
No. I'm gonna make my big statement. All right, ready? Let me make my big statement here. Here's what. Oh wait, were you speaking? Okay, I can't hear you. No, here's my statement on all this. The reason why the right wing and the institutions are panicking is because they're not afraid what Mamdani will do. They're afraid that he will be successful. And that means the country will be able to see that, maybe slightly liberal ideas in terms of helping people is not that radical. So maybe we should give a thought to people that are a little more progressive because the policies are actually working for everyday people. That's why they're freaking the fuck out, because they want the establishment, they want the right wing, they want everything to stay as it is because they're doing just fine over there. So that's why the right and the institutions are freaking out, because Mamdani, even if he can move the pendulum slightly to the left.
They're concerned about Mamdani. Scotty, where did you get that from? Do you think that's
because I live here. Because I live here.
So you think if you were in a secret meeting with a group of conservatives and they were forced to be...
they're never going to say that to them.
Listen to this scenario. I said if they were forced to be 100% honest, you think those are the words that are going to come out of their mouth?
They would never agree to being 100% honest.
I said, if you gave them truth serum and they're interrogated by the CIA, do you think that
they are secretly worried that the little that we can do here is going to play out well, and therefore other strategies of how people run in this country are going to also work out, and it will shift. I'm not talking about shifting the pendulum to some socialism. I'm just talking about having policies and also having the campaigning style that works for regular people that could also shift. This could be the Tea Party
the campaigning style. Okay, that's a different argument.
I'm saying all of it. So in other words, if the campaigning style works, and then the actual governing works where it's not a tragedy, if it doesn't become the tragedy that the Republicans say it's going to be and the establishment, then they're going to be fucked. Because then people are going to be like, wait a minute, they talked all this shit about how it's going to be a communist or whatever, and New York's doing well, crime is low, business is up, tourism is up, the city's doing well, and the affordability has become more significant for the regular people that work here. So that's what could happen, and that's what they're...
So now you're talking about a full term, which is a totally different kind of calculation, right? So
yes, what if he is successful?
But the first thing you have to think about and why this matters is he would start his term in January. the midterms are in November, and he's going to have enough mess ups that he's going to be weaponized against to energize the right for the midterms. That's what will happen, Scott.
But if he doesn't, and things are as normal,
it would take years for that to happen. It would take years for that to happen.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. When you have the handoff between mayor to mayor, things don't change right away. So the only way it could happen is if he's totally sabotaged by the police department and by other forces where they start, they're like, oh, we're not going on the street anymore. We're just going to let crowd go crazy or whatever it is. But term to term, the numbers don't fluctuate very much at all. So if he just coasts in his first year through the midterms and doesn't do anything crazy where it makes some kind of impact, but tweaks the margins here and there
really
so that people get it. Well, why not? It's New York. It's not Long Island.
Yeah, I mean, but you're thinking he can do that, and you're thinking that there's gonna not be things that occur that get spun based on what his reputation. Look, wait till these debates happen. Wait until you see the level of attacks leveled on him when we get to October 1. Yeah, I mean, and that's going to be how he continues to get characterized if he wins, and then that will be weaponized for the midterms. I'm just telling you, if he wins, it's going to make the midterms worse for them. I'll bet money.
I don't agree because there's going to be a big, rather large amount of time between January and between November midterms. And if things are mostly the same status quo, then people are going to be like, oh, shit didn't, go crazy. So I guess it's not that bad. So that's what will happen. I don't understand how you think it's all of a sudden he's gonna be a disaster right off the jump.
Because he lacks experience for this role.
But if he has a good team, around him,
he doesn't understand public safety at all. He doesn't understand economics at all.
But if he has a good team
and he's going to be
around him,
and he has a mandate to do some significant things, so he's going to try to do some immediate actions to move the needle.
I disagree. First of all, the only thing that I see happening is that the left is going to turn on him for acquiescing to the establishment, quote unquote, however they define it, and him not moving too quickly to do some of the big ticket items he's talking about. So if anything, the left and the DSA and the people who never vote or whatever, they're going to be really upset because he didn't do all of their things big and fast enough. That's what I see as a scenario that would happen before anything. Also, because I'm a liberal, I'm open to watching the debates, seeing how I feel, and changing my mind if I want. But this is how I feel right now. It's how I felt for at least the entire year so far since he's been in the race, and since I've been tracking this very closely.
Have you spoken with Bloomberg regarding Mamdani and heard what he had?
Yeah, I put him on speed dial. Don't worry about it.
No, I didn't mean it like that, but okay.
I'm just saying, Mamdani will have good people on his team, like Brad Lander, who's already the city comptroller, who knows all the levers and shit. I just don't think people are gonna let him do stupid things, and he's gonna learn quickly. I agree. He was not my choice, by the way. I had at least 4 other people ahead of him that I wanted, but they didn't get selected, so here we are.
What if I told you it's already a shoo-in and he's already won, but it's not out in the media?
You can argue. You with
really like that? I will tell you that the people, because I know people that are going to be a part of his team, they are extremely vetted. They have a lot of experience, the experience that he perhaps lacks. So he is going to surround himself around more experienced people and stuff like that. So the team is gonna be very like tight, and they're already meeting. They're already like, yeah. And wasn't it De Blasio who was people were like, oh, he's an extreme leftist.
Exactly.
De Blasio?
Yeah, De Blasio.
So people were saying the same shit about De Blasio. And
I mean,
exactly.
but it's a little tricky though, right? So that was just like the kind of old school extreme leftist. It's just like how people used to talk about George W. Bush until we got Donald Trump, right? Okay, so that was just classical extreme liberal, blah blah blah. That's all. It's different than like what he actually is and the level of it. Yeah, him versus De Blasio, like Mondani, is way to the left.
You know who else was way to the left who they call the socialists?
And a new person chime in.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't hear you. You were breaking up.
Hey, the New York Jews ain't gonna have become the next mayor of New York.
Yeah, okay. Well, this one is gonna go for him. So, what's your next question?
You know, you're not the typical Jewish person in New York, right?
Oh, I'm
you
not. Okay. Are you talking about the Orthodox?
No. I'm talking about the flag that you got in your thing. Like, you're not.
What flag? Which flag? You're talking about?
You got a rainbow flag in your description. So I'm saying, like, so you already like you have.
I see.
So you have an alternative worldview. We have an alternative like perspective on a lot.
I don't know what my rainbow flag is, but okay.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm telling you. Like, this is not. You're not like.
67% of Jews voted for Mamdani in the primary.
Yeah, they're not going to have him.
67% of Jews voted for Mamdani.
Why won't you let me talk? This is what I'm talking about, man.
You're just wrong, so I'm telling you you're wrong.
Well, let me know I'm wrong after. Yeah, where's the discipline, man? Where's the respect? This is the issue.
Where are the numbers? Where are the numbers?
All right, fuck you guys, I'm not getting.
All right, perfect.
Okay, good. Anyway, 67% of Jews voted for Mamdani. The ones that are not who are local, those are the Orthodox and the Hasidic that are in South Williamsburg and Borough Park and all that. So, no, they're going to be, Trumpers or Cuomoers or, fucking Curtis Lee or whatever. But they're 20% of the Jewish population in New York. So that's the fact. And 60-70% vote for Mamdani. So it's not about that. It's not about a fucking Jewish conspiracy because that's where you want to go with this shit. It's not any of that. So removing that from the equation, and that Jews don't control fucking New York City. What else do you want to submit to it? All right, cool. Anyway.
So in broader circles, what I mean by broader circles, you know what I mean. So the understanding is that Mamdani follows some of the blueprints of Bloomberg. And in political circles, it's known that Bloomberg is talking secretly because he doesn't want to come out there in the fray, certainly not upset the Jewish community. But Bloomberg is talking with Mamdani. But you didn't hear it from me. Just say Patty told you. Yeah, just say Patty.
Thanks, Patty.
So basically, I'm saying it's a shoe-in. It's already a done deal.
I mean, if that's the case, that's obviously a big deal. Bloomberg's pragmatic. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and so here's the issue. There are people like Bloomberg, and you guys will hear me mention that a lot. Bloomberg, Larry Fink, BlackRock, et cetera, et cetera. So when it comes to the midterms, it will be a united vote of red and blue people together. And that's be kicked off through Mamdani. So be careful what you hear and get some facts.
And you think if Adams drops out, Mamdani will still win?
Adams is not even a contender. It's just smoke and mirrors. So you guys gotta get outside of the clubhouse. I'll fill you in later. Just tell him Patty said it. I don't want to tell you.
Outside of me,
Didn't Brad Landers just get arrested again a couple days ago?
I didn't hear. I didn't hear it.
I didn't.
Yeah, I think on Tuesday he got arrested.
I mean, he was my second choice.
Yeah,
Adrian Adams, but
he was
he would have been good.
He really.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Checks notes. He's a Jew. Look at him. Yep. But anyway,
I don't need to. Yes.
and they crossed they did the cross endorsement, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
Between Brad Lander. The point is, Brad Lander is very competent comptroller. He's a nerdy, dorky guy. He knows how New York works. That's kind of what I care about. I don't care about a lot of things, but I like New York to be working, and I like there to be a mayor who is pragmatic and is able to, figure out how to make the city work and how to make it better for the citizens here, and not also scare away, businesses and making things easier to do business here, easier to live here. That's what I care about.
Yo, Sky, you see your telegram? They over there protesting in New York?
I'm not.
Yeah, the Black Wall Street.
Yeah, I sent it to you too.
Yeah, I have to look. I'm trying.
What are they protesting?
But yeah.
I don't know, but it's Al Sharpton posted it. Check it out when you get a chance.
Wait, I don't have Telegram.
Not Telegram, love. I'm sorry, Instagram. I sent it to your Instagram.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look.
Okay.
Brad Landers was released and the charges were reportedly dropped. Just for an update on Brad Landers, if you're interested.
Thank you. By the way, the person, one of the mayors who they were talking about, who was a communist, socialist, they were going off the rails with this particular mayor. His name was Fiorello LaGuardia, and he fucking transformed the city for the people, and he was so good they named a fucking airport after him.
It's the best airport too, way better than JFK.
It is a good airport. Thank you, Governor Cuomo, for fixing LaGuardia. May I repeat?
Spirit, what's going on with your economy? The markets have been flat for the past 2 days. Are you all dead? Where's the money? Where's the money?
Well, we were all here and we saw.
Listen, look, if you're going to do the Susie Orman thing, just tell us explicitly what we should do or not do.
We'll do nothing right now. People are taking baths because nothing's moving. People are just, for example, I warned everyone yesterday and the day before because they asked me, what do you think of Nvidia? Because their earnings was coming up. I said, listen, don't go for the hype. Leave it alone. Just sit on the sidelines. Did they listen? Oh, no. Oh, that's why I say I don't give a fuck. No harm to me if you don't listen. And so they crashed and burned when the earnings came out yesterday. And Nvidia's still down 2%. So I don't know. I can't make it any clearer to people. Fuck up, right? Fuck up. Leave them behind.
Yeah, but Nvidia is going to be worth a lot more in 5 years than it is today.
Yeah. No.
So, I mean, not everything should be like a day trading.
No, the options is referring to earnings.
Wait, I want to ask my Uber driver something. Can I ask you a question, sir?
No, hold on.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
I understand.
I want to hear
What do you think? What do you think about the mayor election? Can you vote in the mayor election? What do you like? Do you like Mandami? Do you like Cuomo? Even if you can't vote, do you like Mandami? I like Mandami. I'm just saying, like, do Do you like Cuomo? Do you like the Curtis guy? Do you have any opinion?
Would you like
everyday people say Cuomo. You don't know exactly.
Do you want
okay,
to
so
with that?
are you sympathetic to what Mamdani wants to do? Like, or do you not care? Like, does it matter to you if Cuomo's elected or Mamdani? And the people you talk to like Cuomo because they're just regular people, right? Okay, that's interesting. Is it okay to ask where you're from? Originally, if you're from here, that's awesome too. Where are you from? I'm like, oh, cool. I love the DR. Okay, awesome.
You don't like you're harassing people in public.
You know, black. Ask him if he's black.
No, I'm just joking.
Cool. So regular people like Cuomo and like leading kids like Donnie, is that it? Basically? Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have any feeling either way. Okay, that's very interesting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is feeling very Bernie Sanders versus Hillary Clinton to me. That's what this race feels like.
It's not surprising to me. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way. And by the way, I do want to see the debates going on. I want everything out there, and I have the right to change my mind. That's all. See, you can hold me accountable in about 2 months from now. We'll reassess, and we'll figure out where we're at. Is that fair?
Of course.
Be careful, guys, in the audience. What you hear on stage is someone said something will be something in 5 years. That's not necessarily true, and I have reasons for that, but they don't want to hear that. So go with the mods, whatever they say, believe it is gospel.
No, I definitely want to hear this. Why would NVIDIA not be worth more in 5 years than it is today?
Because there may be new companies, there may be more competition, but I think to answer your point or question, why the market's dead on arrival today is if we passed that Israel arms embargo, I think that would have resuscitated the market wholeheartedly. Sadly, that was tabled, and Ken Martin had a lot to do with that, in my opinion, even though only 7% of the Democratic Party is in favor of genocide.
Why are we talking about this again? We're talking about the mayor's race, and you gotta fucking throw this in all the time.
Because it's related to the market, it's related to money, and Point asked the question, so I just answered it. That's all.
Gosh, you just tried to answer. Nothing wrong with that.
But that's why the market's a stalled. I get it.
Well, that's his answer, so what's yours? Go ahead.
Nobody can predict anything that's going on, so they are just sitting tight because this whole administration, you can't plan anything. It's erratic, so just don't make any big moves. That's what the people are saying.
That's a good answer. That's another answer. Everyone has answers. So let's hear
Not a good answer, Point. Stop
Okay,
it.
but it's his answer.
Scotty, I'll say this, right? Waiting on this administration to dictate the market, we'll be waiting forever. We just heard somebody say that, I'm not even going to mention his name on this app, but we all know who's running for office and crap, buying ads up on World Star, has been eating dinner with the Trump family, made claims stating that the Trump family's plans are to stay in office, not just another term, but as long as it takes for Barron Trump to be of age to become president. And that's the whole thing.
So
I'm sure that's how they left too, see.
2040. So Donald Trump's going to be president till 2020.
No, his family will start the new royal crown here if we just.
It'll take 14 years for Barron to be eligible to run for president.
You already did the math, yeah.
Yeah, he's 21.
Yeah. Even if they want to adhere to that, right?
So Trump's going to be 94 when he leaves office.
Well, they may lower the age. They may, if he's still in office, right?
Well, that takes a constitutional amendment.
Water. president will be, what's the guy, Stephen Miller and Trump Jr. So don't say I didn't tell you. That will run for 8 years.
Christ. Nah, we can't
Did
have
you guys see the interaction between Westmore and Trump and what Trump said after the fact?
I did. You want to recap it now?
Not really, because we're going to a meeting, but I thought it was actually a nice, I think it was really good on Westmore, the meeting that I saw that recorded. Like, it was in, like, it wasn't in a stadium. I forget where it was.
Oh, wait, you're talking about some live interaction? I thought you were talking about what their interaction on social. No, I didn't hear this. Go ahead, I didn't hear.
Yeah, no, I'll see if I can post the clip. It was basically they had a nice interaction, just about, helping the city, et cetera, but it wasn't Westmore being like, oh my God, thank you so much, you can really help. There wasn't any of that. However, when Trump had recapped the meeting to the press, he just totally embellished the whole fucking thing. So there's video evidence of it and then video evidence of Trump. And I'm going to see if I can post.
Is it the message of Trump to the governor? Is it that real, or is it specifically, do you have the two of them talking to each other?
No, the two of them talking to each other.
Okay, because
Let me see that. No, because it was a split screen, essentially, when it happened. If I can find it, I'll put the link in, but I can't play it. I'm going into.
Put me on speakerphone in the meeting.
No, very exchange.
I got it right ever. Not me there. I got it right ever.
And don't force nobody, try to force someone in America to support you the way you want to be supported. Send you cookies or some care pack that you feel like you deserve. Like be mad if you want to be mad at someone, be mad at the government that sent you to fight this bullshit war.
We're not mad at the government. We're not. Hakima, we are not mad at the government that sent us to fight the war when we're fighting the war. We are not mad at the government or our bosses when we're sent to do a mission. We are mission. Listen, you think so? We are mission.
That's a problem.
Let me finish.
No, you didn't let me finish. What are you talking about? That's a problem.
No, because
Hold on.
Let me finish. I'll let you finish and make my point.
I think Hakima, you're missing the nuance of what he said. Mike started his initial answer to you by all means, Americans can say whatever they want to say. Like, that was the very first point that he made.
But he went on to say,
but if you're going to say you support the troops, don't knock their mission, was his only point.
Right, but my point is, sir, that you can't tell nobody how to do what they want to do. Like, just go fight your war. You don't. In a free country, you don't get to tell somebody how to support or how to talk. You don't get to do that. And that's the point.
You're right. You're right, and that
he's not going to fight that war just because he wants to go fight a war. He's fighting for you. He's fighting for his countrymen and the civilians and everybody who doesn't know jack shit about war.
He doesn't get to tell anybody what to do or how to talk or how to support, but as a former service person, he can tell you from his experience what it feels like to have somebody say, I support our troops, but fuck them for being over there in Afghanistan.
Here's the goal, Hakima. Do you care? Is it all about you and what you look like, your appearance and your reputation? Or do you care if they feel supported? Because if you care if they actually feel supported while you're out there supporting them with your flapping gums, then the best way to do that is to stop flapping your gums and do something physical to support them.
That's my point.
I don't care how nobody feels. I don't care. I don't
Sure.
care.
Okay, that's fine. Well, they care a lot about how each other feel internally. Like, they're fighting that war for the guy next to them. They're fighting that war for the guy next to them and the guy on the other side of him. That's who they're fighting the war for. They're fighting for each other in an engaged, unified mission to accomplish what they've been told to do. They do not think that it's a bad, they don't talk about what a bad idea it is, what they're doing. They don't do that with it. They don't. Okay? They don't. I don't care if they disagree with it. They don't. They don't go on a mission and talk about how fucked up it is on the mission. That would make them highly inefficient. Okay? When they come home, they might talk about how I don't see the point of it. I was over there. I don't understand why we did it. Great. But when they're there, they ain't saying that at all. Okay? And so you being at home saying it, you're not one of their team. You're not on their team. You're your own team. That's why be your own team. You have a right to be your own team. But don't run around on your own team and say, hey, I'm on your team, guys. Because they're going to say, no, you're not.
This is just a difference between a should and a must statement. So Hakima, it sounds like you're trying to make it a freedom of speech issue. And it sounds like Mike is saying should not say this, but he's not saying you must not say this.
Yeah, and we also have to remember the context of this. After the Vietnam War, the left took a beating because they treated the vets so badly. They treated the people fighting that war and the soldiers so badly that they had to come up with a way to save face. So their little diversion was to say, oh, I support our troops, but I don't support the war. Was there... It was correct. It was a diversion. It was nothing more than a deflection, and I think, Mike, what you are expressing is the fact that the people who are actually over there understood that it was nothing more than a deflection, and my whole take on it is oftentimes war is the result of failed diplomacy. Hakima, you're right. Anybody can say anything they want at any time, and they can protest the war if they want. Absolutely, Mike is not saying you can't. That's not the point. My point is, if a war happens or the U.S. commits its troops to fighting some military engagement, it's too late. If you were going to protest something, if you were going to make your viewpoint known as an American and get other Americans to join in your viewpoint to reach a place where our legislators listen to that and take the action based on that viewpoint, then it needed to happen before we committed our troops to that military engagement. That's the point. Once we're over there, once we're fighting, that's it. It's done. Like Mike said, they're over there. People are shooting at them. It's the end of it. Now, Hakima, you can still complain about it. Absolutely, yes. But don't pretend like, and I know you don't do this, but I'm saying people need to not pretend like they're still being patriotic or they're supporting the troops or any of those other deflections that the left came up with after what they did to our military men in Vietnam.
100% true. And here's another thing. I'll tell you that you're talking to somebody, Kima, who's so consistent that I'm supporting Donald Trump. I have not been talking shit about Donald Trump since he was elected because I talked ultimate shit about him before. I've never voted for him. I'm a never Trumper. The second he took office, I started talking in a manner that praised for success of whatever the U.S. is trying to accomplish. It's not my choice anymore. My vote lost, and now it's my duty to line up behind what I consider my commander-in-chief. I don't care if it's crazy or not. It's consistent. I know it's crazy to be consistent in 2025. I have fucking integrity.
if your consistency is leaning on insanity, then you should break your consistency. Because like I'm not gonna follow that. That's just I'm not saying Trump is doing it. I believe he is. They say he's trying to take us back into slavery times, right? They say he's trying to go there, and just because he's the president, you're gonna support it. Just because he won, are you gonna support anything he does? You say I'm gonna support anything America does. The fact is, the way Trump thinks it's not about America. When you hear him talk, I gave you this money. I did this. He really thinks about him. He's not speaking for the American people. He's speaking for Donald fucking Trump. And if you want to follow that, that is insane.
I'm not following him. I'm not following him. I'm not supporting him. I am remaining. I am shutting my mouth to allow the United States to not fail while it takes various actions that I may or may not agree with.
Some shit needs to fail.
Hello, moderators. This is candidate Congressman John Kitover. I'd like to read a poem to the room for 60 seconds.
I'm all for the poem today. Please bring the poem on.
Come on, John.
John, bring the poem on. Bring it on.
Okay, we read this book in this room. It's called The Tao Te Ching. This is the 31st verse. Fine weapons of war augur evil. Even things seem to hate them. Therefore, a man of Tao does not set his heart upon them. In ordinary life, a gentleman regards the left side as the place of honor. In war, the right side is the place of honor. As weapons are instruments of evil, they are not properly a gentleman's instruments. Only on necessity will he resort to them. For peace and quiet are dearest to his heart, and to him even a victory is no cause for rejoicing. To rejoice over a victory is to rejoice over the slaughter of men. Hence, a man who rejoices over the slaughter of men cannot expect to thrive in the world of men. On happy occasions, the left side is preferred. On sad occasions, the right side. In the army, the lieutenant commander stands on the left, while the commander-in-chief stands on the right. This means that war is treated on a par with a funeral service. Because many people have been killed, it is only right that survivors should mourn for them. Hence, even a victory is a funeral.
Good enough.
And there you go.
I have a question for Mike. Yeah. Go ahead.
Sure, thanks. So with your exchange you just had with Hakeem, I just want to see if I'm understanding this correctly. So you're saying essentially while Trump or any president, the moment he's sworn in to the moment they're removed, albeit in the peaceful transition of power or Trump style, the entire time they're in office, you are standing behind him or her as a patriot, regardless of whatever executive orders or whatever direction they're bringing the country in. You think it's inherently wrong to challenge, question, or protest against something you may disagree with during said presidency?
Well, I think there's a caveat that needs to be made, which is that specifically when it comes to issues of people of our troops at war and they're engaged under fire action currently, then yes, 100%. When it comes to political issues that aren't troops under fire related, I choose to show my patriotism by shutting my fucking mouth if it appears that it's not being supportive of whatever we're currently trying to accomplish. And what we're trying to accomplish may not be what I want done, if that makes sense. Now, that's my way of doing it. The summary of all of this is simple. I believe that freedom of speech is the laziest form of patriotism that anybody can engage in. So I don't...
been forwarded to an automatic. Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 8.
Hi, this is Scott. I can't take your call right now, but if you leave your name and number, I'll.
You've pressed an incorrect key. Please enter your password. Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Please enter your password.
Hey, John, how's it going?
Hey, it's going good. How are you doing?
Sorry, I can't hear you. There's like feedback.
I'm just at home relaxing. I was gonna put up a Craigslist ad because I got to tell you, recruiting people to get signatures on petitions, people who circulate petitions, there's people here in Jefferson Park that do it. Like yesterday, somebody asked me to sign 3 petitions for 3 Democrats. So there's people here hustling petitions, but do you want to help me with my petitions?
Bro, I'm like way overwhelmed right now with a lot of stuff that's going on. I mean, I've got like lawyers that I'm reaching out to. I've got an app I'm working on. I gotta start marketing that thing.
You got
And
bigger.
I got a whole bunch of
You got bigger things to worry about. Well, you got to worry about. Marcin, you still got to worry about finding a wife and having kids.
Yeah. Then there's the relationship stuff.
Is that going? You have anything cooking?
I mean, on the other side of the world, which isn't like.
Oh, you mean on Dune, the planet Dune, or the moon?
Exactly.
I see. Dune or moon? Yeah.
On Dune, where they don't speak English well. So.
You're dating some Fremen girl who lives in a spice mine.
Yeah, so shit could definitely do better on that front.
Well, that's part of the thing about traveling is you can always swipe right at a new town and see how your Friday or Saturday night turns out. But, you got to travel to the spice mine, which is the planet Dune, which I would call Rockford and Peoria. I'm just making a joke, but yeah, I have to start getting signatures on my petitions. Otherwise, my campaign, means nothing. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, I know you said you know somebody in Rockford. If you could send me their information, I know you had a falling out with that person. So maybe this.
Dude, they blocked me on Facebook.
Well, that's okay. This could be your way to reignite that friendship because I say I'm still calling you. I say friends for life.
Yeah. But like, I don't talk to that person, and like I said, the last time I spoke with them, they blocked me. So.
Well, Marcin, the whole point is to say, hey, I'm a nice person. You're a nice person. Let's just, be in love and peace. I mean, that's it. There's no. I mean, unless there was some kind of major falling out, but whatever your political opinions, I mean, that's your political opinions. That's who you are. And if people can't accept that about you, well, then they're no friend to you.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't know. I'd rather just leave this person out of it. But yeah, my only suggestion is that this damn political system be reformed, where you don't need like 50 billion petitions to be on a ballot. How about that? That's a suggestion.
Well, to run for Congress, I only need 700 signatures. That's it, dude. That's it.
Really?
It's nothing. I can knock that out myself. I'm gonna have to do it myself if I can't find people to do it for me, and I will physically do it myself. But it's nicer if I can come up with an approach to organize a grassroots effort to do this. You're my man. I mean, you had what was the name of the protest app?
There's Chicago Association, or I don't know what are they called? Alliance. You could reach out to a lot of these political groups.
I only have $600 in the campaign checking account. So
well, they could probably help guide you on like how to get how to go to get through the process of getting signatures and stuff like.
It's not rocket science, Marson. You're a fucking software developer. I thought you were smarter than this. All right, well, listen, I gotta go. I hope you're well, and I hope Ken is well. I feel your pain for him about not being able to, be mobile. This is very tragic and sad.
It's his fucking choice. Like he could have worked out, and he could have tried to recover. He's kind of just given up on life, which is bullshit. But like it's his fucking. I mean, I'm pissed off about the choice he made, but
is that the first time? Is that the first time you've seen somebody who's bedridden? I've seen people who are bedridden that passed on, and there was nothing they could do because they physically didn't have it in them to move anymore. Like they literally, the pain was too much. They were bedridden at that point.
I mean, Ken, I don't think he's ever been at a state where he couldn't move because he was, in too much pain or whatever. I think he just chose to, give in, but I don't know.
Well, Marson, every great life has a beginning and an end. This is unfortunately, if this is how he chooses to end it, this is how he decides to end it. But he's lived a great life. He has a lot of grandkids, my friend.
Yeah, I know. He's got a lot of grandkids he could be hanging out with right now instead of laying in freaking bed,
Well, genetically, he's in every single one of them. He lives on forever. So what I'm saying is you view it as death.
He could be hanging out with them, making those connections. They can be getting to know him, listening to all his wacky stories about his life and his children's lives, but instead he's just chilling in bed. So.
Well, haven't you ever observed the birds and how they raise their children and how they fly off? And next thing they don't even know who their kids are. They don't know who their bird. They're just flying around doing what birds do.
True that. Well, I mean, it's different for people, right? We need those connections.
Listen, I put up these bird nests, and they get filthy. The birds poop all over them. They have no way to clean it. So they rely on humans to change the bedding and clean the box. That's what you got to do if you want to get in the muff.
Yeah, well, he could rely on humans too to change his beddings and
Muff, in the muff. That's how you got to remember how to get it. You don't even. When was the last time you were even inside of a muff?
Yeah, it's been quite some time.
How many years? You're probably not moist anymore.
Anyway,
you're not trans now, are you?
Right to this place. Like, I gotta figure out how to promote this application I built out. And
what's it called?
It's Ascent Dynamics.
The name of the app.
The app is I don't know. It's I don't know. It's the Sun Dynamics collaboration platform, or I don't know. It doesn't have like a definite name. Like sometimes I'll call it a Sun Dynamics NFT platform, but it's like I don't know. He could find it at like app.ascendynamics.org. So that's where it lives at the moment.
All right. All right. Well, don't forget, go to johnforcongress.com. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you, John.
Okay, bye.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, Augustus, it's John Kitover in Chicago. I have a big media interview set for next Friday at 3 p.m. at Illinois State University down in Bloomington Normal. And I have this one interview with George Deinhardt with the Prairie State Report, a local newspaper, that went very well. People are saying it's a very good interview. So I wanted to do a room with you, like a fundraiser where we'll play the interview and we'll do a fundraiser. And anything we raise, we will contribute to you as the influencer who did the fundraising or the fundraising dinner or fundraising X space. So if you're available today, that would be amazing. Otherwise, I hope you and the Mrs. Palante are having a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, next. We could call Rachel. Hey, I'm looking at a trash bag in the muff. I'm thinking, is your phone? Yeah, it should. Let me see if your phone. Anyways, I'm just saying, while you're waiting to get in the queue, I might as well say hello since I'm watching you in the muff.
Right, I'm in the muff.
It's so interesting.
How are you?
I'm good. I was talking to my friend here in Chicago who I'm trying to get to do petitions for me. And he's very resistant and hesitant. And I said, I put up all these bird boxes and the birds, they shit all over the boxes. So it takes a human to clean the bedding out of the box and clean the box.
Right.
And, and this is how the world works. We all work together. I was like, when was the last time you were in the muff? He's like, oh man, it's been many years since I've been inside of a muff.
That's sad.
Yeah, some people, they struggle with love. And, the whole thing is when it comes to meeting a beautiful woman, you have to be able to communicate. And some people are very bad communicators.
Right. No, it's sad. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for those. How old is this guy?
I think he's maybe even younger than me, maybe 39, maybe 40, maybe 44. I'm not sure.
That sucks. And he just doesn't get laid anymore?
No, I've never known him to ever even get a peck on the cheek.
Wow, that sucks. Is he ugly?
No, he's not the worst. Oh, he said he's dating some girl in the Philippines. So I said, oh, you date some chick on the moon. Okay.
He's dating online?
Pretty sure. I've seen photos on his Facebook and it looks terrifying, who he's dating. Right. I'm just, But the thing is, that's not dating. That's living in, the fantasy world. He says he's got all kinds of problems and struggles, which sound to me like typical everybody. Everybody has the same exact problems.
Right, we all have problems. Who doesn't have problems?
I mean, like relationship dynamics, patterns, archetypes, collective unconscious. This guy is the laziest guy in the world. He doesn't go to the gym. He doesn't do anything physical. He's very lazy.
Is he fat?
He's not really fat, no.
He's just not strong.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
that's a shame.
He's, I would say there's health issues, but he's a software developer. So, like, he's really good on a computer. Like, he's got a talent but he helped me with a project once, but never to fruition, and so that's the problem. It's like you gotta cross the finish line.
Right. Yeah, man, I don't know. Well, so why doesn't he want to? He doesn't want to just go get some signatures?
No, he's probably just, he's just too busy. The thing is, I'm gonna put up more Craigslist ads like now to get more circulators and petition signers, because I saw a guy yesterday with 3 clipboards like, I need your signature right here. We need your help now. Sign please now. And I'm like, what are those for Democrats? He's like, yeah. I'm like, no, I'm not signing those. He's like,
But you're running as a Democrat.
I'm running as a Republican.
Oh, you're running as a Republican. Okay, good. All right, good. Well, so yeah, there's the competition. They're out there now. There's a guy with 3 clipboards out there right now.
I know, and that's why I'm saying, like, I can't wait anymore. If there's, like, I have to get on this now. I need, 100 signatures by Sunday.
I can't. I told you if I do come, it won't be till October because I'm busy until then. But I would encourage you to get out there today. Go get out there today. Go get 20 today. If you got 20 signatures today, that would be a good day.
Well, for me to just go drive 2 hours to get one signature.
It's 2 hours away, so it's not like you can just walk out your door.
No, it'd be more effective for me to try to do digital organizing off of Craigslist and getting people out there now. Because people have to print these ballots. You see what I'm saying? I need to find. Do you know how hard it is to find a person who can even print something, let alone put it on a clipboard and grab a pen and say, I need your signature now.
Right.
But you could help me do the onboarding on Clubhouse because you've done petition gathering. So if I get these people from Craigslist and funnel them into Clubhouse, I need you to do the onboard training on Clubhouse. Can you do that?
100%. I very much can. I could help manage and encourage. I could definitely at least train people and tell them what to do and how to do it. And
because we're going to pin the link to the Illinois Election Commission website with the PDF for the petition. It's on page 16. And so also even funneling them to a Google form page to fill in their information, and then get access to the petition. We have to funnel them into the campaign. So it can all be onboarded through Clubhouse and a link. And I wouldn't have it any other way, because anybody who can't fucking download Clubhouse to join a conference call for the campaign is not worthy of being in this campaign. And many people are already failing that test. But the one guy in the beginning, he did successfully do it because he's had Clubhouse before. So, onboarding people like that successfully is essential. Unfortunately, the campaign couldn't work with him because Clubhouse ruined the whole thing for him. So we had a guy named Edward who onboarded through Clubhouse, but people were putting so much shit in the chat that we couldn't actually onboard him, and it freaked him out. He's like, this is a spam and a waste of time. Good luck.
Oh, I see.
And it wasn't my fault. It was the fucking moderator's fault. So, it's on him. But people who don't act professional in Clubhouse, they're just making the content. I'm trying to use it as a show, but also as an actual conference call platform for the campaign.
I love it. I definitely can do it. I think that, I wish. It's a shame that it's so far away because you have to commit. But 2 hours is not that bad. I've driven to Boston and back in a day.
No,
so
I'm
just
gonna.
2 hours there, and then
I'm
leave
gonna.
at 7 p.m. and you're home by 9 p.m.
No, I know. But next Friday I have a big media event at the University of Illinois in Bloomington Normal, and it's a 3 p.m. basically full recording. It's called WGL-TV. And that will be the biggest press I'll probably get this whole campaign. And so I'm going to stay down there and get signatures before and after, and use the money in the account to book a hotel. So part of your job on this campaign trail is to also do fundraising on Clubhouse for the campaign to get you to Chicago to help with the campaign. So prior to you actually getting here, you should be able to raise $2,000 to fund your trip. And plus, don't waste your time on Clubhouse unless you're fundraising, my friend.
That's true. We should have a room. I mean, we should have a room that's like donate to the campaign. Let's do a room.
We'll
Talk about it.
I would say change your Clubhouse profile to petition signatures and make yourself a ballot. Get the ballot from the Illinois. I'll text you the image of the ballot and just start campaigning now in the muff, because these people will talk about everything under the sun for days to come because they're just addicted to talking and dopamining. But you could transform from a trash bag, my friend, into a petition signature. And you can be instrumental in changing this campaign now through Clown House. Don't let these people hypnotize you, and don't hypnotize them with any other spam other than the campaign. Because this is the only thing that has a cash pipeline. Every other second we spend on here is a net negative to the campaign, unless we're actively promoting and actively getting donations today. So I'd say fund your trip now. You could fly first class, if you can raise enough.
That's true. It's very true. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, you could get a beautiful rental car at the airport. I mean, you could pay for everything. But don't waste another second. Even if you can go into Amir's room, you could fundraise. Like, make this the troll. Make this your shtick, that you're fundraising and petition gathering here on behalf of the campaign. Do it now. Don't disappoint me. Please do it. This is a big opportunity for the campaign. You're my clone soldier that I need. You are the petition campaign, coordinator right now.
That's true. It's not a bad idea. I'm going to do it. I have to go do a driving lesson, and then I have to go speak with the rabbi.
Well, ask the rabbi if it's kosher to be an online campaign organizer for the campaign to candidate John Zachary Kitover, and tell him Rabbono Shalom.
I will. Yeah, sounds good. Let's do a room later talking about it. Try to get people to donate.
Don't waste your time in the muff. Transform your profile now in the muff. Make the announcement. The whole thing deals with communication and putting it out there. You can interject anything you want in the muff. This room is basically chillism for stupid people as well. It's a total waste of time. Do you know how many times I've heard Ewan talk about the migrant gangs? It's like he's retarded or just a drunk. But how the fuck does this guy have a kid with Sarah, and he comes on here nonstop talking about grooming gangs and getting into beefs with BB? Like, the guy's fucking stupid. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
Read Toyer. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
All right, sounds good. Talk later.
Hey, Walter, it's John. How you doing?
Good. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm in a clubhouse room chit-chatting with people, but I have to start gathering signatures. So, are you gathering any signatures?
Yes, I am, sir.
Where are you circulating at?
I can go anywhere. I can pretty much go anywhere, any place I want.
You freestyle like that.
Freestyle. I can pretty much go to any VFW hall. We gotta make sure there's people there. I could go to any bar in Illinois. I could go pretty much anywhere.
I see. Well, have you ever been to Dune, a world beyond your experience, beyond your imagination? It's the planet called Dune. It is the clash for the greatest prize of all. Chicago.
Getting their signatures at.
I'm getting them on the planet Dune in Chicago. It is the deadly battleground where a young leader will emerge to command an army of 6 million warriors against the tyrannical force that threatens to enslave the universe.
Who's that be?
Its surface is barren. its true strength hidden. Its foreboding desert conceals the power to fold space, to slow time, to send the mind where the body cannot go. It is the source of the ultimate power. No, this is from the planet Dune, a world beyond your experiences, beyond your imagination.
So what's the good word?
That is the good word.
That means I need to get his signatures out that way.
I'm about to. I gotta hang up the phone and get shaking. What are you doing the rest of the day?
I'm not supposed to go to the library. Meditate to Allah. Later on, or Yossi. Yashaba.
You're a Mohammedan and an Abramelin.
Who?
I said you're a Mohammedan and an Abramelin.
Yep. I've heard. What's up with Max?
I don't know. I just called him. He doesn't pick up.
Yeah, why is he? I don't know. What is he doing?
I don't know. Maybe he'll call me back.
I mean, he created a lot of stuff. He should do something, or are we just do it on our own?
I don't know. It always seems like
in state legislatures.
you got to do it yourself, I think.
Yeah, he's like, so many different events. I can be everywhere. They can't clone me. I like to be everywhere. I want to be here. I want to be there. I want to be everywhere. You know, if you think that stuff is right and everything is moving, you got to be there. Yes?
Got to be there or be square.
Like, what the hell, man? Can't be everywhere.
Did you see they updated the video with Mark Rice versus Darren LaHood?
No, I didn't see that.
They like framed it because the radio station like edited it, put together like a nice image, black and white of them with their fists up. They made it real dramatic.
Aaron Del Mar, you mean?
Yep. Mark Rice versus Aaron Del Mar.
But it was funny, like, he told Mark Fried Rice, he said, take a pill volume or whatever. You know? It's funny.
Well, he got roasted, and Aaron Del Mar is like, "This is a setup."
It was funny.
Isn't that funny? It is funny.
The whole thing was funny. I thought they were going to be swinging and stuff.
This was a setup.
Then he's like, soul raper. It was funny, actually. Can you check who's the owner of that soul raper or not?
You can, yeah. It's called a Who Is Lookup.
Who is lookup?
He probably doesn't own it anymore.
But I tried to look it up. There's nobody listed.
I don't know. I don't really care anymore. It's all, in the past. All right, listen, I got work I'm going to do. So I pray for you, and I pray for your health, your wealth, your peace, your love, and your stillness, and your silence.
All right. You have fun out there.
Okay, take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.
All right, bye.
Sign our petition. Nice. Vote for Edmund Dakin from Clubhouse. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to put the antidote. This is how we're going to fund your trip. Ah, he left. Riri, welcome, Riri. Yo, Augustus.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Today is my wife's birthday,
Oh, wow.
so it's not a good day today to do it. And the way I want to do it is I want to invite some other big speakers to join the space, and do it that way. Just so I know, like, we could raise a couple dollars, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because everything we raise will go back to the influencer, aka, you as a creator and a host. It took me like 5 days to get $600 on Clubhouse. I mean, it's possible. Roger Mayhem was a very good MC. So the MC or the host really has to do the prosperity gospel. So it's all communication as hypnosis. And so the host, even if you have other super hosts, as the MC or the super host, you got to be that prosperity gospel preacher for the hour or 30 minutes or however long you want to go.
Yeah, probably do like a 2-hour thing. Let me just, like, today, tomorrow, at least, spend some time making some calls to see who I can get to join the panel. I'm going to talk to America Mission. That's the main group I want to speak to. So that's Dustin Stockton and Jennifer Lawrence. They started American Mission. He also started the Tea Party movement, and he was like a big fundraiser for like the Republican Party. And now he just did like a 20-foot statue of President Trump. I don't know if you've seen that.
Mm-mm.
No. I'll text you over like some information on that, but let me give them a call and see if they'll join me, and when would be available for their team to come on, because they've got like a team of influencers that are on X. So like whenever basically their team would be available to join the call, I think that would be the best time to do it.
Okay, cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, yeah, let me call them now or tomorrow and figure that out, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, peak time.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. The peak times, I think, are always probably in the morning, like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and then noon, and then 5 p.m. I think that's when people peak use, social audio platforms.
Yeah, I go for like a 2-hour walk every day, and I figure we'll just do it at that point in time. Like it's either early in the morning, like 8 or 9, or it's in the afternoon.
Well,
let me see what's available for them.
If you can do your power walk, do your hour of power, but don't do this one on a power walk. If you can record it, your audio, if you can do it in an office and record it as well on your end, that would be a big publicity piece for the campaign as well. I mean, you could publish this as, an exclusive like podcast recording from your end. Don't 2 hours is a long time, and that's a big conversation. I would love it for you to record this one on your end and publish it.
Okay. So you're running in the 36th district of Illinois, right?
16th district of Illinois. It's Rockford and Peoria.
16. Okay. Rockford and what?
Peoria, Illinois.
Rockford and Peoria, right?
Peoria, and then Bloomington.
Peoria.
Yeah, and Bloomington, Normal, Illinois is the other town, major town. Bloomington and Normal.
Okay. Okay, cool. Let me relay that information,
and I'll get back to you.
Okay, great.
All right, cool.
Okay, sounds good. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, man.
Okay, bye. Hi, Yulia. Do you want to donate to the campaign? Link is in the chat. Как дела, Юлия? Как дела, Юлия? Хорошо. Я тебя люблю. Я хочу самолет.
To the websites of the nonprofits that received money from the fire aid. They state specifically they don't give who they give money to. And in dozens of cases, it is specifically not only not for white people, but for people completely unrelated to anything having to do with the fire, such as musicians in Nashville. Now, I'm a musician, and yes, I support musicians, but musicians in Nashville were not affected by the fire, and they don't need mental health related to that. It was mental health for musicians in Nashville, or indigenous people who haven't registered to vote. So, yes, I hear what you're saying, and yes, black people have been traditionally marginalized. I can concede that point, but yes, I understand that when you look it up on Google, that yes, Altadena is listed as having a vibrant black community. That's all true. But if you look at the nitty-gritty of all of this, that wasn't who was affected by the fire, because where the fire happened was in the more, how can I describe it, was in the more mountainous region of Altadena. And I'm sorry, but the fact is that's not where that community was actually at.
Hey, Alan, what I'm reading, what I'm reading is that 61% of the Altadena was black, and 48% of the black home was destroyed. And out of the 17 people that was killed in Altadena, 70% of those were black. So I'm like kind of
okay, well,
can you give me some numbers like that?
Okay, Hakima, I stand corrected on that. Okay.
Hold on. He was not that adamant that it wasn't the case. I get one service. I did lose. And you went to see. You didn't do any research in the beginning. You were just saying stuff about feelings. It's fucking weird.
Hakima, driving into Altadena and seeing where the homes were burnt. Okay, it was an entirely residential area. Okay. Now, what I saw was, I've even got pictures of it. No, I didn't see that. Nobody was there.
So how do you know the home wasn't full of white people there?
Well, because I'm there.
They was in a certain place, so they couldn't be white people.
No, that isn't what it is.
Well, the numbers say something.
Hakima, I'm giving you a half of a gotcha. Okay? I'm not, look, Hakima, I'm giving you a half of a gotcha. But don't express any ill intent, because you went and you looked up the actual stats. Forgive me.
Okay, I know people there, and when I drive there, let me say it. When I drive there, look. I'm giving it to you. I'm not fighting. All I'm going to say is when I drive there, okay, and I see where the black people are, and then driving through the residential and seeing who's out on the lawns, okay, well, maybe I misinterpreted it. Not maybe, I did. Okay, in the actual stats. And as someone who says we got to listen to the stats, you got me. All right, that was wrong of me. I'm throwing myself on the sword. Okay.
That's big of you. I won't put the sword in any further.
Yeah. Okay. And look, you're right. I was wrong in that. That doesn't take away from the fact that where the money is going is gone to has gone to people that have nothing to do with the fire.
So based on what you have, like in terms of information and facts and whatever, like what percentage of those funds have been given to people who truly deserve and who truly don't deserve?
That I don't know.
I have no idea.
I can't find that.
Watch the report.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to In the Muff. This is your stewardess speaking. Oh, y'all know where's that thing that my friend sent me? Oh, where is it? Damn it.
Text.
Hold on a second. Was it back channel? No, it wasn't back channel.
No, it's text.
I'll do better. Hurry up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the In the Muff, providing service to Procrastination Island. We ask for your full attention as we review important safety information and rules of the house. Ensure your seatbelts are fastened and in the upright position. All carry-on baggage must remain stored in the overhead bins of your brain. Seriously, we don't want to hear it. Your seatbelts fasten by staying on mute while others are speaking. We can only hear one of you at a time. To release said seatbelt, make sure it's meaningful, brief, and avoids the use of the N and K words, both on stage and in the chat. Please expect turbulence, which can occur unexpectedly and regularly. In the likely event, this is long term. In the likely event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will not be provided, but we can pretend. They'll drop from the panel above you. Place it over your nose and mouth and breathe for fuck's sake. If the going gets tough, you're welcome to get going. Please secure your own mask before assisting others. There is one exit on this aircraft located to the top right corner. Exercise your personal discretion. If needed, a low-level moderator might guide you out to the halls. Better luck next time. In the Muff, regulations specifically prohibit doxing, threats of violence. Keep families out of your mouth. Safety information can be reviewed on the house description page for additional details. We'll be monitoring compliance before, during, and after takeoff. Thank you for flying with us, and we wish you a mostly pleasant journey.
Is that copyrighted?
Bravo.
It might get tad long, Deb, so we might need to edit it because I was like,
I did it 3 times, Mom. 3 times.
No, don't edit it, because if you start changing it, then every time that I hear it and start, picking up on it, if it changes, I'm gonna be thrown off.
Please don't edit it. It's long, but it's funny as fuck every part of it.
Thank you. Thank you.
creation. I get no credit for it, so, direct all the praise to her.
Monica gets the lovely stewardess voice, though.
Monica read it with a straight face, though. So I get
creative. Who created?
Serendipity.
Then that's why she gets all the credit.
I doubt Serendipity thought of any other thing when she created it, but Serendipity, what made you do that? Because it is fun.
We were joking yesterday morning during the whole, welcome to American Airlines, and I was just like, we need a welcome to In the Muff.
We could put it in house wall. You can read it on the house wall. But,
Yeah.
But actually, we can't not until the creator of the house comes back.
Oh, he is back, but I can. I've got admin pro.
Nice. The listening lounge, though, that's a holdover from Krishanda. She used to call the audience the goo, the listening lounge. That was cute. Whoever removed the poll, did you screenshot the results for the librarian or no?
I didn't remove it. I didn't even know.
I removed it, and no, because I didn't vote, so I couldn't see there was.
Girl, you could have back channeled me.
I'm sorry. I usually do, but I didn't vote. Sorry, we didn't mean to bust up the combat.
I have a question. Is this house about being inside vaginas?
Earmuffs, Ewan. Earmuffs.
What? I'm just saying, it's called in the muff.
Earmuffs.
What else?
Yeah, it's your.
Sorry. Because I thought, I don't know. I thought it was sorry for vaginas, but okay. I was like, what the fuck?
Monica's in the room right now, so it absolutely means earmuffs.
It means moist vagina.
Kima, did you say that M word?
Yeah, I tried to run Monica out. I tried to run Monica out there.
I'm upping the rules. We're going to include the M word too.
Muff has several meanings. A muff can be a cylindrical garment for warming hands, a mistake or botched action, or, in slang, the vulva or pubic area.
They can also warm the hands.
As a verb, it can also mean to mess up.
We should find out what muff is on Urban Dictionary and read that of it.
That's a good idea. Somebody else do it.
My mother actually read the definition from the Urban Dictionary about a week ago because when he came in, was wondering what's the muff that won't muff, and Mojo was like, "Go read it on the Urban Dictionary." And so, let me see if I can pull it up unless somebody already has.
I've already pulled it up. It's pretty good.
Go ahead.
All right, muff. Contrary to popular belief, they spelled it wrong. The word muff is not associated with hair at all. Instead, the word muff is an inoffensive slang word for vagina. Muffs can range from dainty and tight to floppy and roast beef colored. Some muffs smell fishy or sweaty, and others smell like skin or roses. Some muffs are hairy, others are bare, and some have razor burn or ingrown hairs. Females and transsexuals of all ages have muffs. They included that in brackets. There are baby muffs. That's weird. I'm not going down this. I'm not even going to finish this. No, I'm not even fucking finishing it. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's a very, very
We got to get a whole definition out of that boy.
Most muffs.
Yeah, I'm going to report this definition.
The owner is on some sort of contraceptive. It is also the root word of muff diver, muff, and muff doctor. Jan decided to go on birth control because the muff doctor said it would prevent pregnancy, cramping, and that weird smell coming from her muff.
That definition is from 2006 by someone called Muff Owner. It's fucking crazy. Urban Dictionary, what a wall.
Yeah, he's probably in prison right now, doing about 40 years.
Yeah,
should we update Urban dictionary with our own definition?
Yeah, should we make a new definition and out muff this definition, this terrible definition?
I mean, I like the quadruple entendre.
The quadruple what?
Entendre of the use of the word muff. You know, you just let people use what makes them feel comfortable.
Labor Day, woo! Yeah!
So, where's Jarl? Is he in here? He'll be so disappointed he missed this.
It's Jarl.
Jarl?
Yes.
Either way, it sounds like a gurgle. He came in this morning, we were talking about the weather, having coffee, trying to wake up. And he wanted to know why we were doing that instead of talking about how the U.S. likes to kill kids. Y'all want to talk about it?
No, I'd rather have coffee and wake up.
Excuse me, what is white phobia? White phobia is a terminology strange for me. I think it's some kind of phobia between only among black people, maybe.
Hakima, do we have white phobia, Hakima?
Yeah, only black people hate white people. Nobody else hates white people.
You said some black people hate white people. That's an interesting claim. I thought it was the other way around.
No, he's asking what the definition of white phobia is.
He said
what is the definition of white phobia?
He said white phobia sounds like something that really only black people have. Hakima, do we have white phobia?
Shit,
Look it up on the dictionary. We
damn sure should, and the rest of the world should have white phobia.
There you go.
I know,
Because it's okay to be racist.
black women are so beautiful.
As long as it's only
I don't discriminate the woman and the black woman, and they are so beautiful.
Oh boy, here we go. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you for appreciating the black woman. I don't know how to vote in this poll, serendipity.
I know, I just picked one back. I just picked one, okay?
I don't know. I'm going to keep it safe and just pick. I almost went to white phobia, but we're just going to go Labor Day weekend.
So what Lion made me realize that I was racist, even though I didn't think I was, and I gained knowledge from it. I learned from it. Actually, he opened my eyes a little bit. Because even though I felt like I'm not a racist person, he just, he did exactly that. He pointed out how every other race to America throughout history was practically welcome, brought in here, and given benefits and bonuses, except for black people. And that when he was just making that point, like, everybody wanted to go to America, right? Everybody came here. But not only, were black people dealt the cards that they were, everybody else was intentionally dealt better cards. And I was like, damn. So it's not, maybe me not really giving a fuck for or against people of color could make me just flat out ignorant. Like I didn't give a fuck. Whereas now I sort of understand, and have an even greater respect. And I'm like, wow, man, as it stands kids today are not born in a world like that, and there's no reason why we should uphold or keep the world being discriminatory. We have differences, but who gives a fuck? Grow up.
Presupposing everything that you just said is true.
Who gives a fuck? No, I'm sorry, sis.
No, you're.
You got a heartbeat too?
Presupposing everything that you just said was 100% true, I'm not making the correlation on how that makes you a racist.
Right, I was going to say, while he's in the process of learning how racist he really is, despite what he feels in his heart, I had him into reading White Fragility, where you can have a black woman gaslight you for 300 pages to tell you about white body trauma and how you're internally racist, even though you don't feel like it. And read that, because it will help you reach that point where you can feel fully racist, even though you in your heart couldn't really care less if somebody's black or white.
The white man just can't get your break. I'm like, this is diabolical, boy.
That was sarcastic. Go ahead and read it anyway for a good laugh.
I know. I'm so tickled by it.
I know. No, I was laughing while I was listening to him because I know being sincere, but the reality is, I mean, he's literally doing what we were talking about earlier, which is like, he's expressing white guilt, like the white guilt we're told that we need to have. He's expressing it.
What I heard him said that he felt that he could be racist because he totally was dismissing a whole part of history. And for that, damn, some of the shit I've been saying is fucked up because...
No, not necessarily.
Can I feel it? Now you triggered.
Well, when you take it the wrong way, I need to interject so that you can be set straight.
Express my thoughts.
So that you can understand.
Well, we have to let Kima finish his statements, though, ladies and gentlemen. Let Kima land before we interject.
That's right.
Okay, well, he's going to interrupt me. Now, go ahead. Go ahead and clarify your statement. Let me know where I'm from.
Okay, well, by saying that I was racist prior doesn't mean that I just, slavery never happened or neglected or don't give a fuck. Just before not really feeling like, hey, I'm not going out calling people the N-word. I'm not racist. I have no ill intent towards anybody until I get a feel of who they are and how they treat me. So when he started getting to white guilt, it was kind of like that. But Lion was the only person who could make me see and feel white guilt, because I've never felt responsible for the white man's actions. I've got
Shame on you. Shame on you. You should feel guilty. You should wake up every morning feeling extremely guilty for it. What your great grandfather did.
Right.
I
was gonna raise my children better than me.
I just wanted to quickly point out, because we've been bringing up Robin DeAngelo quite a bit today. I was trying to find the worst paragraph in White Fragility, but what I stumbled across is a news article where it turns out that she's been credibly accused of plagiarizing people of color in her doctoral thesis. So just let that sink in, Mike.
Oh, the irony and hypocrisy.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hakima, did you get a chance to land and finish your thought? Did you have more to say about Mid's submission? If not, please go.
I'm good now, folks.
Yeah, no, I thought we settled that. I thought we came to an understanding.
Gotcha. Okay. No worry. If I may interject something really quickly for my movie lovers in here, there's a horror movie being made or has been made about Jesus being either possessed by demons or battling demons. FKA Twigs and Nicolas Cage star in it as Joseph and Mary. It's called The Carpenter's Son. The teaser trailer has been released. If anybody's into that, I'm pretty excited about this film. It looks really thrilling, to say the least. So if anybody cares, The Carpenter's Son teaser trailer is about 60 seconds. Has been released. I'll see if I'll share the link in the chat for anybody who's interested. Just a brief interjection about movies.
Wow, FKA Twigs is a black British girl, isn't she? I actually love one of her songs.
Exactly.
Am I thinking of the right girl?
Yes, ma'am.
That's an interesting. Wow. She's actually a phenomenal dancer. My lord, she started as a dancer. If you haven't seen her music videos, woo, pretty hot stuff.
Okay, so my question now is, based on today's day and age, who is going to be the one portrayed as Jesus?
They've released the cast. Let me see what the cast notes.
Is FKA Twigs Jesus or Nicolas Cage?
No, Nicholas is Joseph. Twigs is Mary.
Nicolas Cage is just now. That's interesting. I like that. I love me some Nicolas Cage. Is Mary gonna be like breaking out into some erotic dance routine to lure Joseph in? Has she been in anything else? I didn't know
she was just in that Crow remake just recently. The Crow remake.
Oh, okay.
That came out, I think, a year ago. Wait, Monica, was that your PTR? Was that why can't that woman I can't stand? With the flu, I caught the last moments of it. Oh God, what's the fat singer? I can't think of her name, but I can't stand that woman. Lizzo. Was that Lizzo in your PTR, hon?
Check the chat for her answer.
Okay, thank you. I'm curious why she added that. That's so funny. Yeah, she is a classical flute.
She's actually really good with them. It's a shame that she got canceled. She was.
Well, I don't know. She's kind of I know there was a brief moment of cancellation when she got caught up in that when her dancer sued her for sexual harassment. Outside of that,
it's a wilder story than sexual harassment. Did you hear the actual?
Well, I've heard various, the submissions in the legal complaint, but I haven't heard anything in a while. Lately, she's just been kind of trying to rebrand herself in her weight loss journey. She's lost a lot of weight. But yeah, go ahead. If you have more to the story. I didn't know she was, I thought this was kind of under the water briefly.
No. So, the big reason why it blew up was that she, kind of forcefully pressured one of her dancers to eat a banana out of the vagina of, an erotic dancer in Amsterdam.
Oh, yeah. I remember that part. Yeah.
Pretty wild. Yeah.
You see the chat, Akima? Akima, can you see the chat?
I'm driving. Can you tell me what it's saying?
Yeah. It says, I apologize for stopping you mid-thought, though, Hakima. I misconstructed part of my presentation.
Wait, I didn't know Adams was here. Adams, I swear to God, you are the funniest person in the world. I just saw the Adams comment. Lizzo was a filthy large beast. She attacked those dancers with those bananas. Lizzo should be arrested and thrown in the zoo and the enclosure with the rest of the elephants.
That's fucking up.
Where is Adams? Is so funny to me. I don't even see him in here, but okay, he's in the chat someplace, I think. Adams, have a great day, Adams. You are the fun.
Did he just come in the room, post that, and then
I think so, because I don't see him in anymore. Hi,
Hey, Serena.
Hey, Serena. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Glad to be here. I miss spaces like this on Clubhouse. There used to be a lot of spaces like this.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it. We've been going all morning. I mean, it's just been one topic after another. I can't keep up. I just said, let's just insert topic title here.
Yeah, we've been flowing from one thing to the next. It's been pretty smooth.
If you're looking for a really good movie, I know this is random, but I came in because I saw the movie and popcorn thingy. I thought you were talking about movies.
It is.
But if you're looking for a really good movie, Night Always Comes on Netflix is like #1 worldwide. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I haven't seen it yet. I'll go at it.
wait, what's it called? It Always Comes.
Night. Yeah.
Night Always Comes.
Maya's like, this is my wheelhouse.
Yeah, Night Always Comes. It's #1 like worldwide now on Netflix.
Okay, it sounded familiar. So wait, Seneca, you've watched it. What do you rate it? You said it's pretty good on a scale of 1 to 10. What you give it?
Yeah, like on all the movie critics are like raving about it, and it is #1 like worldwide on Netflix. But I haven't watched it yet myself, so I'm actually about to watch it right now.
What is it about?
It's had like, it's about 2 jobs, overdue bills, one night to stop her family's eviction on a chaotic dusk to dawn search for cash. And so Lynette is ready to beg, borrow, and steal. So she's on this huge rampage to pay her bills and pay her rent.
All right, this makes the 3rd one I've put on my list this week. I'm a terrible TV watcher, y'all. We should do a movie night in the month.
Yeah, I'm very big on like, I hate watching a bad movie or a bad show.
So were we all press play at the same time? I'm sorry, continue.
Yeah, I hate watching a bad movie or a bad show, so I'm very picky when it comes to. I don't watch a lot of TV, but when I do, it has to be really good. So I'm gonna feel like I wasted my time.
Me either, Seneca. I just that's the thing for me is I generally don't have time. Yeah, we should totally do a movie night in the muff.
Yeah.
Call it muffs and movies.
Right? Netflix and chill.
I have a couple of recommendations that, feel free to like go over or consider prior to being like, yeah, let's get 8 people to watch fucking Barbie or some shit, Unless 8 people actually want to watch Barbie.
Would we just like hit play all at the same time? Is that like the idea of the room?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Is like
Yeah, we just all hit play at the same time, and when we got restless and wanted to talk about it, we could stop and then start again. Hey, I've done it successfully.
Yeah. I'm down.
As long as we have one of the live announcements before takeoff, I think that might work.
Right? We have definitely done it successfully. It's really funny though, the people that come in the room and they're like, what the fuck is going on in here? Why are there so many people and why is this dead silent?
I think it's funny when they're listening to that. They're like, oh shit. Not only is this like funny, but it's a warning. This is, if I misbehave, this is warning me I can leave quietly, or I can get removed.
Who said these are possibilities?
Yeah, I don't think you can stream Netflix material. That watch party technology does suck. We've tried that too. And there's actually an app called Rave that you can do, and as long as everybody has their own Netflix login, you can sign up for Rave, and we can create like a room just like Clubhouse. Basically, it looks very similar to this layout. And in order to get into the room, you have to sign into your Netflix account, but we can all stream the movie at the same time.
That's cool.
Yeah, the only thing about Rave is that you have to be careful when you sign up for your account. By default, it pins your location to your profile, and so like it would show everybody where you were at. So you have to turn that off before you like go friend requesting people and shit.
I was gonna say, I mean, if all of you guys got an Oculus, we could all watch it in a movie theater in virtual reality.
Yeah.
There's apps where you can watch Netflix in a virtual reality movie theater.
That'd be sick. Like we could look over at each other's avatars and shit. And all.
I did it with people on this app. I even bought someone an Oculus because they refused to buy one. And like, yeah, a bunch of us used to go on the Oculus, and it was actually really fucking fun for a while. We got kind of bored of it, but I'm down to like straight Netflix on there. That'd be fun. You just look like an idiot wearing it. That's about it. So don't do it in like a fun.
I mean, yeah, but I'd be alone in my room like that. I'm comfy as fuck. I could be on my bed anywhere. But then all I gotta do is eat, shit, sleep, drink, exercise, shower. Yeah. Okay. Sounds like a retirement plan.
I just think the Clubhouse version is the easiest because everybody can watch it wherever they want to. And we can just stop it together and
All take a potty break in unison.
right? That whole
Margaret.
another app is a pain in the ass.
Well, you wouldn't pause that for a long road. You just mute yourself when you're coughing. We'd all be on mute anyway, so that we wouldn't hear each other.
Right. I'll just send a photo of mine. Mojo was on this morning and I missed him.
Oh, he came on the app?
Yeah. I know. Goodness. Monica killed it with her little stewardess rating.
No, she did it.
That was the best.
Hey, moderators, this is John. I'd love to read a poem for 60 seconds, if I may.
Yeah. Take it up a notch, John.
Okay, this is to all my Clubhouse friends and haters out there. There is a sun star rising.
Oh, that's me. I'm one of those.
Okay, well then take the deepest breath of the day. Hold it for 10 seconds. There is a sun star rising outside the reality of form. I am lost in that other reality. It's sweet not to look at two worlds, to melt in meaning as sugar melts in water. No one tires of following the soul. I don't recall now what happens on the manifest plane. I stroll with those I have always wanted to know, fresh and graceful as a water lily or a rose. The body is a boat, and I am waves swaying against it. Whenever it anchors somewhere, I smash it loose or smash it to pieces. If I get lazy and cold, flames come from my ocean and surround me. I laugh inside them like gold, purifying myself. A certain song makes the snake put his head down on a line in the dirt. Here is my head, brother. What next? Weary of form, I came into qualities. Each quality says, I am a blue-green sea. Dive into me. I am Alexander at the outermost extension of empire, turning all my armies inward toward the meaning of armies and Clubhouse friends.
Bravo, John.
Yeah.
Friends in peace, enemies in war. Friends in peace, enemies in war.
Yeah, we'll see. We won't have any of that, 10-minute plus reading stuff going on. John, you're getting requests. Oh, did he leave? He left. Okay, never mind.
He might not be here physically, but he's here somewhere listening.
He's always here.
He's always.
There were like 4 or 5 of us left in the room last night, and everybody was just talking about prior seasons of Clubhouse, and I was like, y'all want to go to a private because Kitover is still here. So we moved from in the muff into a private. Cause he's always here, y'all.
Always watching.
Kristen, how's your day going? It's Friday Eve.
I'm good. Are you proud of me that I haven't been on night and annoyed?
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
I'm proud of you regardless, but
The name of this song is Light Music.
Hey,
Magic music.
Dang, get that note.
Is light music. Okay.
Magic for my soul. It's been a heavily power conversation in here. Down the woods for me.
this
No, I don't know. Okay, I don't know.
No, I'm just talking about brain trust talent.
He's the one I have.
Unfortunate how expensive it is. Commercials on TV, but those it's a roller coaster ride. I mean,
Yes. We know the chillism dilemmas.
they're afraid that you
Chillism dilemma. That's what it's called now.
Yeah. You can tell everybody's working.
I'm trying to decide what
We
to
were
say.
talking about some kind of movie previously about Nicolas Cage. I think was interesting the topic of it.
Music on the Sun, performed by Kennedy Congressman John Kitover.
This movie have money at all. I think
Okay, the name of the song is Music of Light on the Sun tour.
Yeah, you like Nicolas Cage, huh?
Oh no! Oh, that's what I say. I don't give a.
I want Nicolas Cage to do more National Treasure movies.
Doesn't do anything to see.
I don't really care for him, but I did like the National Treasure movie.
They're like Indiana Jones light.
Exactly.
I always miss you.
Aw.
You know, gosh, so
I mean, this room has been broken. Every single one of you has changed their backs.
was interpreted one character about some kind of Indiana Jones. I can recall that name as not similar to Indiana Jones, but I can recall that it's based in historical facts or something like that. It's discovering like Indiana Jones, but somewhat similar, but I can recall the name.
woman archaeologist who goes through a lot of those adventures, and that would be an awesome series too. And there's just so many cool, like, unique book series that would make such good TV or movie stuff. I wish it would tackle that instead of recreating all this.
This is Light Music on the Sun tour, performed by Kennedy Congressman John Kitover.
That could be really cool. That might make a good documentary, though, yeah.
Did somebody say they wanted me to read from a book?
I did, John. Thank God you're here. Wanting to hear that voice. Read. My day's not complete.
You had a request, John, for This Is Water, DFW's commencement address. But it's really long, so I was going to suggest that maybe you should do a replay room.
Well, I'd just like to read the 75th Tao Te Ching. It says, "Why are the people starving? because those above them are taxing them too heavily. That is why they are starving. Why are the people hard to manage? Because those above them are fussy and have private ends to serve. That is why they are hard to manage. Why do the people make light of death? Because those above them make too much of life. That is why they make light of death. The people have simply nothing to live upon. They know better than to value such a life.
Is that frequency beep at the end? Like when you get your memory wiped in Men in Black by the little pen because you don't want to wear the glasses.
He's wiping his own memory after and then he leaves the room. He doesn't remember that he was even here. Then he comes back. Hey, can I read another poem?
Yeah, but the other poem would be interesting. Read the poem.
I don't know if you've heard of everybody this time.
What? I forgot I was here.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Is everybody forgot what's going on now?
Yeah, everybody's working in the background, so that's why we get quiet real quick, because folks got distractions going on. But we certainly appreciate everybody who's here. Or this afternoon, I should say.
Yeah, that's good, Graham.
I'm having a shipment of my belongings moved to my new house. Well, my new spot, anyways. The new house that I live in. I don't live in.
Bishop came from New York.
I'm probably gonna sell
when they transfer the country to people.
My dresser will get room for.
And one of the things that happened is that at that time my church was doing pretty healthy.
My Xbox into a different screen. No problem.
And I got transferred.
My Xbox has.
I was called to do a transition of my church with another pastor.
And this case opens up like a laptop.
You have
the Xbox on its side.
No, I have zero. Still was my chat.
And 120 hertz. Has two HDMI ports. It has its own dual speakers, so it can do stereo sound.
Actually, if you combine the Xbox X with a good TV movie, could be maybe OLED technology could be the maximum technology available on the market.
We'll see. Nintendo, I think, patented the idea
of for him to take it from Clubhouse.
An optical sensor of a mouse and putting it into their Joy-Con. So now, my idea of having an Xbox controller split in half that also has a mouse.
Yeah, now you have available these features. I think is you can paint. In my paint, if you have online Nintendo, even you can play that video game as rare with the share or something like that. You share, you play this board and something like that. I see in the announcement of the Switch, and even you can use the sensors in the new Donkey Kong. I think it's wonderful. Yeah.
You can use it to browse the internet. You can have mouse and keyboard like gameplay without it being mouse and keyboard, without having a keyboard, I guess. But I don't know, it'd be like having a kick-ass gaming computer mouse with all of the buttons and a joystick that you would need, and it just snaps to the other side. Like that'd be neat, I think.
The only problem with this console is expensive. The price is so high compared with the other console. Even the hardware is not.
Yeah.
The only thing is matter here is the video games, for example.
But when I was a kid, it was tornado drills and fire drills. My parents and others, even though to look back on
modern military, they just do very.
But it was duck and cover. When we were in the heart of the Cold War, and the thought that just Tuesday for me, I had to readjust my work schedule because I forgot about the open house orientation at my son's school, and there was a couple there. Their student, they just moved to our neighborhood, and their son's new at the school, and they just gave me the universal black head nod, like, oh, hey, what's up? And the wife asked me about the active shooter drill, protocol at the school. This on Tuesday night, so it wasn't even, it's before yesterday, and we just had a discussion about that. Some of the ideas being floated, like water, but that's fucking insane. There's no fucking way that I'm even remotely comfortable with children being responsible for their safety with their own handgun. That's idiotic to me. Some of the ideas, especially and I try not to, but like, what skin is in the game? People who have children. I'm not saying people who do not have children don't have skin in the game, but if you are of sound mind and can come up with some reasonable ideas, like fucking cannons and whatever, and forgive me, Point, it sounded like Point had brought up some good ideas before I came back to the room. But my thing's notion that there's one singular solution is false for me, in my opinion. Attacking the problem from many different, avenues,